I've got to get your thoughts on this latest Indigenous heritage claim, the one on Mount Panorama at Bathurst. As I said last night, that's a sacred site for every petrol head in the country. This is just getting ridiculous, isn't it? I noticed the coalition are now promising laws to change this if they win government, and you've been on about this for a long while.
I have, Chris. The whole thing is that this Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Heritage Act has been in place about over 40 years that I'm aware of. The fact is that Senator Susan Ley, she's not a senator, Susan Ley, who's the deputy leader for the opposition, she actually set the precedent for this years ago when they came to her in 21 about putting a go-kart track, and of course the Aboriginal mob then approached her about it. So she set the precedent then, and Tanya Pleversack did the same for the Blaney mines. It's got completely out of control. Let me tell people the background to the story. Brian Grant died, so this mob went to the council to spread his ashes on Mount Panorama, or Mount Philomath. So anyway, it was agreed to do it, and they allowed him. Now they're claiming it as a heritage site for cultural reasons because his ashes are there. How ridiculous is all this?
That was in 2022.
Stop, Chris. As I said, 2022, correct. So they got permission for the council to spread the ashes. Now they're claiming it as a heritage site.
It's got to stop.
Cultural heritage site. So it has to stop. Chris, I'm bringing in policies that, you know, no one will get treated any differently to any other Australian based on the race, colour of their skin or their religion. Everyone will be treated equally in this country. We've got over 54% of Australia is now under native title. How much more are we going to be denied access to as Australians? And I have had a gutful of it because I was born here. This is my country as much as it is any Aboriginal, and especially what really gets me annoyed, Chris, is these people claiming Aboriginality are as white as what I am. Where's their culture? Where's their heritage?
It's a massive issue you've just talked there, and we could talk about every aspect of that along the way. We haven't got time for that now. But when it comes to these Indigenous cultural heritage claims, it's been a mess for decades. As you know, I was involved in exposing the Highmarsh Island fabrication. So that was back in the mid-90s. There was Coronation Hill before that. And yet the country still doesn't have a proper system for judging these things fairly and accurately.
Because we haven't got leaders that got the guts to call it out. They're all terrified of being called bloody racist. And we're letting the UN and these other organisations, you know, tell us how to run our own country. Wake up, people. Grow a backbone, our leaders, and start doing something about it. It's more divisive than anything I've ever seen in my whole life.
Thanks for joining us, Pauline, and I hope the next few days aren't too bad up there in the mountains behind the Gold Coast. Pauline Hanson there, One Nation leader.